Does this seller have a house that they want a cash offer on? Like, if you don't get that question answered first, there's no need to really have a conversation, because again, you want to know if they want a cash offer, you want to know if they're motivated, and you have to know what you have to know your different exit strategies. Like, are you buying single family? Are you buying multifamily? Like, what is your exit strategy?
Now, there's a lot of people in the industry going over teaching acquisitions, but if you don't have a process, if you don't have a system and know the bullet points that you need to touch on, guiding the seller along the journey, you're going to miss a lot of deals and leave way too many opportunities on the table. It's your job and your duty as the acquisitions manager to control the tempo of the conversation, right? And you got to guide and lead the seller along the process. They need to know that you're confident, and then they need to know that they can trust you with the sale of their house.
Yeah, I mean, you basically got to hold the seller's hand. And again, it's really, really important that you know your process yourself. So you can, I call it an elevator pitch. You got to know what your elevator pitch is, and you got to explain that to your seller to make them very comfortable with you, because this will probably be the biggest transaction that they ever do. You know, you're talking about a couple $100,000. So you really, really have to build rapport and make this, make the seller really comfortable with you.
So let's go over the process. If you guys check out the screen real quick, we got the pre-qualifying process, right? So before even jumping on the phone with the seller, we want to at least pull up the property. We want a basic understanding of the property characteristics, the location, and we need to have an end game in mind, right? Hey, does this fit the buy box for the hedge funds? Is this more of a distressed property that would be a better fit for a private investor? Like, you always want to begin with the end in mind, right? Some people call it reverse wholesaling, right? But always know your play before you're stepping into it. So pre-qualify, get familiar with the house before even jumping on the phone, right? Picking up the phone, report building process. Where do you go from there?
Okay, when we talk about pre-qualification, the main question is what I consider a lead, what most people consider a lead is, does this seller have a house that they want a cash offer on? Like, if you don't get that question answered first, there's no need to really have a conversation, because again, you want to know if they want a cash offer, you want to know if they're motivated, and you have to know what you have to know your different exit strategies. Like, are you buying single family? Are you buying multifamily? Like, what is your exit strategy? So before you can actually pre-qualify somebody, you have to know what you can buy or what you can actually take down. So you pre-qualify them. If they're motivated, they do want a cash offer. And then the rapport building. Rapport building is just about talking to the seller, and like I say, you're having the confidence that you have a service that you can offer, and you want to uncover that value to the seller. So I like to play a game. I like to say, when I get on the phone with somebody, I want to see if, you know, they got kids or where do they work. You know, I'm getting to know the seller, because at the end of the day, when you get off the phone, close the deal or don't close the deal, you want to have made a friend on the phone. And that's how that's what rapport is about, really making a friend, finding their problem, and helping them solve their problem.
All right, guys. So quick segue with that. We have an acronym called FORM: family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. This is from my man, Eric Bryant, right? With the FORM. So family, you want to get to know about their family. Do they have children? Do they have a spouse? Is family even important to them, right? Some people, it's the most important thing. Most people, it's the most important thing. Some people probably don't give a crap, right? But we want to figure out, where do we connect with the seller, right? Number one key with rapport building, how can I find a key point that I can connect with this person on a deep, intimate level to build and earn their trust?
There you go.
Occupation. Are they all about work, right? What do they do? What do they enjoy doing, right? Recreation, what do they do for fun, right? Are they into sports? They watch TV? Are they a couch potato? You know, what's the play? Do they play ultimate frisbee on the weekends? Like, what's important to them, right? Pulled it out. And then, of course, the last one, we want to identify motivation.
Yep.
Is this person motivated to sell, and why, right? But we don't want to throw it out there where, hey, why are you so motivated to sell, right? We don't want to just put the cards on the table.
No.
But it's our job as the sales and acquisitions associate to guide them along this journey, to take as much information as we can, getting a big picture on where is the seller at, right?
And I was going to say, you don't have to hit all of these areas. Like, you got to find one of these areas that you can connect on, because most people like people that are like them. So maybe they're all about family, and you kind of say, yeah, I'm all about family too. I got kids, and you start talking about family. If you're talking about occupation, maybe y'all have something in common as far as where you guys worked before. And so you can connect on that. So just finding somewhere where you can connect to each other, and that's about building rapport. And I want to add a gem in here. People love to hear their name. So when I'm in conversation with somebody, if their name is Jim, I'm always addressing them. Yeah, Jim, I understand. Jim, yeah. I keep saying their name over and over again because people like to hear their name, and that is part of rapport building, because the more you say their name, they're going to feel like we're familiar and we're friends, and that's what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. And with that, right, we'll get deeper into mirroring in some later modules,
Yeah.
right? But you want to mirror the tonality. So how loud are they talking? Are they aggressive? Are they soft-spoken? You always want to aim to mirror their tonality, right? And you want to mirror the conversation. And always lead with open-ended questions.